What's up, YouTube? Mini Minchino here, and welcome back to the Minnycast, and also welcome to 2020. Happy New Year and such. um, yeah. So this is not meant to be the first video of 2020, but I guess it's gonna be. So we're gonna roll with it, and that kind of seems to be a trend in my life right now. It's like this is not meant to be a thing, but it's happening, so I guess we're doing it. But yeah, I had other videos that were meant to go up over Christmas and stuff like that, but editing mistakes happened and raw files got lost and it didn't end up going up. So my bad. And yeah. I hope your guys' yep, I'm gonna roll with that. I hope your guys' Christmas or holidays in general were pretty good. Mine were something. I'm not gonna get into the specifics of it and things like that, but mine were something. So yeah. And I have a couple updates for you, one of which is going to impact the channel a little bit, but I'm going to still do what I can to keep up with things. That said, they are going to have to be adjusted a little bit. So, number one is I'm finally moving out of this apartment. Don't know where I'm going just yet. Currently in the process of finding a new apartment. Yeah, kind of working on that. It's gonna be interesting, actually. Second update, actually, is I basically technically have a job now. I'm gonna be helping Kento out with a couple videos on his channel every week and stuff. So, yeah, that's why things on my channel are gonna have to be adjusted slightly. But that's okay, actually, because again, with everything being in flux right now with the move, I was probably gonna have to readjust everything anyway. So it kind of just works out that way. So what I'm thinking about doing is, at minimum, 2 videos a week. We're going to have the Minnycast, and we're going to have Unknown Empire, at least for the time being, at least until I can get into that new apartment and in a better place and such. So for those that want to see other series, I'm really sorry about this. I do want to have a third series going on the channel right now, but I don't think I can manage it at the moment, so I don't want to overwork myself. So, basically I'll be working on 4 videos a week, 2 of which will be going on, Kento's channel, and really those 2 I'm just editing, so I'm not really doing the entire thing, I guess. I'm just helping out, basically. And, you know, the other 2 are obviously Minnycast and Unknown Empire. So, you know, my 2 favorite series, at least, I am not quitting. And I know some of you guys are probably like, you literally just like bailed on Let's Go and should probably finish it. And you're probably right, but I don't want to do a series I'm bored with, so yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because I wouldn't actually, like, I wanted to finish it, but I just sort of ran out of steam, which kind of really sucks, actually. When you discover that in a Pokemon game, you have a problem, especially for someone that loves the series as much as I do, and as much as I assume several other more passionate fans than me. So I feel like there's a little bit of a problem there. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for updates, you guys. But you know, I'm trying to look forward, trying to get things going, you know, we'll see what happens, I guess. I have a couple UE videos lined up and stuff, so those will probably go up over the next couple weeks. And, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, keep working on more and stuff, but yeah, things are gonna have to slow down a little bit, so I have time for the move and such, but, hopefully once that happens, I can pick things up a little bit again. So, yeah, that kind of brings us to today's topic, even though it has nothing to do with today's topic technically. I guess it kind of does, sort of, in a more practical sense over what I'm actually talking about. But yeah, I guess this is more of a self-reflection kind of deal or something, and I didn't really prepare ahead of time what I'm actually talking about, so, enjoy me rambling, I guess. Excuse me. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of self-reflection and thinking about myself and, the kind of person that I am pretty much ever since the breakup happened, and I've realized a lot of things about myself, and I don't know if I'm going to talk about absolutely everything because a lot of it's really personal and I'm not entirely sure I'm ready to talk about all of it just yet. But I've been talking a lot about it with my friends and my sisters and even my brother a little bit and stuff too. So, um, you know, I'll I'll kind of try to share where I'm at as well. Excuse me. I'm struggling not to yawn. My sleep has just been completely fucked up. Like I thought it got bad before and it did, but no, it has completely flipped. Like my days are my nights now and it's awful. Um and that has not been helping matters whatsoever. So I apologize if I end up yawning some more. Kind of sucks. I really want to go back to sleep, but I gotta do this video, and I kind of want to do this video anyway. I don't want to be in bed. Like, I do, but I don't. I don't know. But yeah. Been doing a lot of self-reflection, just sort of, at first, it was just kind of, what the fuck is wrong with me? Because I realized that there was a lot of things that, like a lot of, I guess, behaviors that I would repeat from, say, other family members and things like that, turned out to be, not the best. Kind of a little bit on the toxic side. Not that it was intentional on their part, but, I mean, it ended up being toxic regardless. Which sucks, actually. And, like, for example, I have the tendency of letting my temper get out of control, and I know I've mentioned that before on the Minnycast, briefly, I think, at least once. So that has the tendency to happen, and you know what happens when people get overly pissed off? They end up saying things that they either shouldn't or straight up don't mean. Usually both. It's usually both. And that tends to result in, one, other people feeling like crap, whether you intend it or not, because, let's face it, who wants to be insulted constantly and feel like crap? The answer is nobody, unless you're crazy. And get off on that kind of thing, which, that's a little bit, maybe, get some help if that's the case. I don't know what to say about that, to be entirely honest. I'm not trying to, like, throw insults at anybody or anything, but, like, if that is something, then that's, probably something you should seek professional help on and try to improve, because, that's not a good way to be. Because you end up in a position where, just nobody feels good about anything around you, and it sucks. It really sucks. And there's a lot of things that were said to me and stuff when I was younger that I didn't realize had as much of an effect on me as they do. And I guess in a way I was, like, subconsciously denying it for a long time. And it's like I knew it was there, but, like, I refused to believe it was there kind of thing. Just major denial. And a lot of it stems back to when I was a kid and I used to go to the side school and stuff like that, and or the Catholic school rather. And I talked about that. I had a whole episode dedicated to that way back. So I talked about why I don't really like Catholic schools anymore. And the situation is a little bit specific, so if I remember, I'll link that video and, just go check it out and hear me out kind of deal. yeah, a lot of my stuff kind of stems from that and just sort of echoed sentiments among family members and such. Which sucks because none of them intended to hurt me, none of them intended to make me feel like crap, none of them intended, um, for this to be taken as anything toxic or whatever. They were just saying what they thought at the time and they didn't think anything of it, but in reality, it ended up being really just harsh and damaging to me. And that kind of sucks because these are people I love and I don't want to like throw them under the bus or anything, but at the same time, I feel that people need to know about this kind of thing. Maybe not this situation specifically, but the fact that your words have major consequences and can really hurt someone if you're not careful. I'm not trying to say that you should walk on eggshells and say like specific things every time, but maybe don't put someone down for something they're insecure about constantly, and maybe try to help them through it rather than saying that they're ugly because of a medical condition that is not their fault, or you'll never really be able to do much because of your blindness or anything, because you get to a point where it's like, why should I try anything if I'm just blind and that's all I'll ever be, is just the blind one, And again, not their intention, but stuff like that was said to me, and I didn't really realize how much that affected what I do and how I do it. And I mean, I've been in situations where I've been trying to like break that cycle, to be fair. Like I started my YouTube channel despite all that, despite the whole why the hell should I try mentality, because I wanted this to be my own thing. I suppose this is truly the real reason I started YouTube. I wanted something that was mine and that I truly loved and could pour my heart into, and not have anyone, judge me as a blind person first. I'm a human being first. Yes, I'm also blind, but I'm still a person, and like any other person, I deserve to be treated like a person. Um, I shouldn't have to accept being less than because of something that's beyond my control and nobody can fix, you know? It's not my fault that I'm visually impaired. It's not my fault that I was told that I'll always have these limitations and I can't do certain things because of them and stuff like that. None of that is my fault and I should never feel guilty for it. Yet here I am having felt guilty for it for pretty much my entire life. And again, I'm not trying to speak ill of, my loved ones or the people that ended up saying these things to me, because again, I know they weren't trying to do it, but it still happened. And I don't want to like go into super specific situations because I really don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I just want to say that, just constantly reinforcing and like negative things and just putting someone down, constantly saying like, you're ugly because of this, you're ugly because of that, you're dumb because of these things, you're whatever, I've gotten comments like that from people that say they love and care about me, and it's really toxic. It's really toxic. And I'm trying to break that. I'm trying to break that thought pattern, I guess. And it's like, I know that they are lies. I know that they are not something that I should believe about myself because they're just simply not true. Maybe I haven't accomplished much in my life thus far, but who says I never will? Who says I can't eventually land some sort of long-term job? And I don't know how long my current deal is gonna last. I have no idea if I can even really do it. to be honest with you, but I am sure as fuck gonna try, and I'm not gonna let that stop me until something inevitably forces me to, and then I'm gonna kick back and keep trying, because I am so sick of just allowing things to tear me down. I'm done with it. And I am gonna do 2020 right and stand up for myself for once and live for myself and try to be a better person. Try to be that one that doesn't immediately spiral into a rage and yell back at people for anything. I'm gonna try to be that person that doesn't sit there and insult someone for anything really, unless, you know, the situation were to demand it. Like, some, I don't know. There's very few situations where that would be required, to be honest. But at the same time, I don't want to be I don't want to be a bitch about it. Obviously, like, I don't want to be unnecessarily rude. That is also something that I need to work on. And I don't want to be a doormat either. That, you know, because like I find that I struggle with those two. So I need to find that balance. Between being blunt enough and honest enough that, like, you know, people can understand that they're not going to push me around or take advantage of me anymore, but, you know, nice enough that I'm not being terrible about it, you know? Just kind of find that balance, you know? And I feel like that's going to be difficult, and I'm sitting here saying, yeah, I know I need to do this and I'm going to try to do this, but I don't really know if I'm on the right track, if I'm honest, but that's kind of all I got, so I'm gonna try to roll with it and try to do what I can. And, you know, just sort of focus on myself a little bit before trying to get into another relationship, assuming I decide I even want another relationship, because, to be honest, I don't know if I do anymore at this point. But, I mean, time will tell. I'm not gonna completely close myself off to it or anything like that. But for now, I know I'm not in a good place for it, so I'm gonna step back from it and do what I can to improve myself and, you know, come back to it when I'm hopefully less insecure about myself and everything, because, like, beyond just me being blind, it's, you know, it's my appearance that I'm insecure about. There's a reason, this isn't, a video where I'm on camera, to be honest, because otherwise it probably would be. I've done some videos where I've been on camera, but, like, they're kind of rare, so, you know, it's kind of a thing. Also, it's kind of hard for me to get decent camera angles, because, again, you know, blind, and it's kind of hard to see the camera from a distance, so I know I have the right view and stuff, so, and I'm not trying to sit there, like, whining about the blindness thing. I'm just saying, like, it is a barrier, and I kind of prefer not to deal with it anyway, to be honest with you, because I just feel more comfortable doing it this way in general. So I'm good with that, actually. That's not to say I won't try now and again, because I will sometimes, and who knows, maybe sometime in the future I'll come up with some sort of way that I can, you know, have a better deal going on with that sort of thing, so I can do it more easily and have more where I'm actually on camera and things like that. But I don't think it really fits with the channel overall, to be honest with you, so I'm okay with not being on camera for now. Like, I'm not against it, but I'm okay with not being on it. Also, I don't have, like, the best camera situation in the world right now. I have my iPhone camera and my Mac camera, which sometimes sort of chooses to work, maybe, kind of, and then just sort of doesn't most days. I don't know what's up with it, but I don't really care enough to fix it, so, you know, I'm not even entirely sure it can be fixed at this point, so, you know, it's fine. I would rather use my, my phone camera anyway, just for the mobility of it and things like that, so... Yeah, my voice is getting all gravelly. Oh god. Apologies. But yeah, I've just been dealing with a lot emotionally. And, I know you guys know about some of it and stuff like that. And again, I'm not gonna dive into it because if I dive far enough into it, I will probably cry. And I don't really want to. I don't want to cry anymore. I just want to, get on with my day and do what I need to do and, you know, hope I can do it and see what happens from there, to be honest. So, yeah, that's kind of my thought process here. Like, I'm just like, I want to try to be a stronger person and stuff like that. And some of my friends like already tell me like, you're stronger than you think. And I don't know about that, but I mean, I appreciate the compliment. So thanks, guys. As I don't want that to sound egotistical. I can't talk. Oh my god. And my voice. I need water. I should probably go get it, but I can't be bothered to get up right now. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna, try to be that person that, lives for them and finds their own happiness within themselves and then can learn to spread that to other people so that like you can't make other people happy unless you can make yourself happy. But those other people need to find a way to make themselves happy as well. Because I've learned that when you're in a relationship, yeah, it's important to work together as a team and, do whatever as a couple, but it's also important to still be your own person and separate from that now and again, not as in like break up, but as in like, hey, I want to do this today with my group of friends. So let's split up for the day and I say split up, but like let's go do our own thing for the day. And then, we'll meet back and we'll talk about our experiences and stuff like that and just share the fun we had and things like that. And maybe sometimes those separate things will connect. If they do, great. If they don't, that's okay too, because you have the right as an individual to be your own individual, regardless of whether or not you're in a relationship. And if there ever happens to be a problem with that, then honestly, you might want to reevaluate some things. It's just, I don't know. I just need to find it in myself to be okay with who I am and what I am and all the crap I had to deal with. And I'm just trying to be okay with myself. And that's gonna be a really difficult thing to handle. And I thought when I had started like meditation and stuff like that I'd be well on my way to dealing with my crap. But like, I mean, you can start meditation and it might really help, but if you're not confronting these things, it's not gonna help anyway. You eventually have to. It's inevitable that you're gonna have to fight the hardest battle of your life, and that is going to be the battle within your own damn mind. And that's gonna suck. And it's gonna be hard as hell, and some people can't get through it on their own. And you know what? That's okay. I kind of feel like I might be one of them. So I've decided that once I find myself that new apartment and can move in and be in a safer, better place, I'm gonna look for professional help. Because I really think I need it. I don't want to end up in a position where I end up, going in a downward spiral. I spoke to my sisters the other day and, they were saying that I was on the right track kind of deal, but I want to make sure that I stay on that track, because maybe there's stuff that I don't know, there might still be some stuff that I haven't quite, accepted yet. And I mean, I don't know if I've fully accepted any of it really, but sometimes you need a little bit of help, and that's okay. That's all I'm trying to say. So, again, once I can make sure that I'm safe and in a better spot, I'm sure that in and of itself will help my mood. Like my general attitude and mood and stuff, because I mean, that's just absolutely tanked, let's be real. And I'm just gonna find that help that I need and try to do what I can. And if you guys are going through stuff like this, I think you might want to consider that too. And I don't know. When I say like I need to live for myself, I don't mean that in like a selfish kind of way. I just mean that like I need to learn to accept who I am and love me for me. Not in a narcissistic kind of way, just kind of, hey, this is who I am, and that's okay. Despite whatever flaws I have as a person, I'm working on them, and that's okay too. I need to learn to truly believe that for myself, and I know that that's what the truth is, but it's hard to accept that truth. And I'm working on that, and I feel like that's kind of where I need to start, is learning to accept who I am. Despite knowing what that is, I need to learn to be okay with the fact that, hey, I got stuff going on. But you know what? So does literally every other human on the planet. So, yeah. Like, everybody's got stuff. Nobody, like, it's really easy to get into a position where you feel like you're the only one that feels a certain way. And believe me, I understand that because I was there at one point. Excuse me. And it's really easy to get into that thought pattern, but to be honest, it's not true. Maybe what you're dealing with is not to the same degree as what somebody else has dealt with, but you know what? To be honest, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if someone's depression is worse than someone else's. And when I say it doesn't matter, I don't mean that, like, obviously, some people need more help than others, is what I mean, and they should have just as much right to get that help and receive that help as anybody else that is maybe dealing with something that may not be as extreme, And I don't mean to say that less extreme case should be treated in a lesser way. I just mean like that right to treatment and help should pretty much be equal among the two of them, to be honest, because like shit is shit and everybody needs a little help now and again. And that's kind of where I'm at. So, yeah. I know this is a thing, like everybody deals with this kind of thing, and I don't know, maybe this is the kind of thing that I should have thought about probably a long time ago, and, going through life, it's like you think you do, but there's a lot. There's a lot to confront, and there's a lot to handle, and sometimes it doesn't even really matter how much there is to confront or deal with, because there's a lot more going on than just the internal stuff. And again, I'm not going to dive into all of that, but it is emotionally exhausting beyond anything I've ever felt in my life. So, like, I'm just at a point where I'm going, like, I know what I need to do. I'm not entirely sure how I need to do it, and that's kind of why I feel like getting that professional help might help me out, because, like, dealing with trained professionals that have, dealt with people that are going through stuff like this and likely know what they're doing, and I can, figure out a course of action that'll be helpful to me, because sometimes people need different solutions. There is no one size fits all solution to any of this stuff. So, getting that extra bit of help might help me figure out what that is for me, and I'm gonna learn to be okay with that too. I'm gonna try anyway. I'm definitely not going down without a fight. And yeah. I feel like I've rambled on a lot about this for today, though, you guys. I know this is a bit of a touchy subject, but feel free to share your thoughts in the comments down below. Any stories you might have. If you don't, I totally understand, because a lot of this is very, very painfully personal. And I do mean painfully. So yeah, I totally get where you're coming from there. I almost didn't make this particular video, but I wanted to make a mini cast and I didn't know what to talk about, and this has been on my mind. And the whole purpose of the mini cast was to talk about shit that was on my mind, so there it is. That's at least part of my mind. So yeah. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, despite the kind of bummer nature of this topic. I do hope you enjoyed it. If nothing else, I hope it provided some insight for you into what's going on, and hopefully something in your own life that maybe you need to deal with for yourself. And if that is the case, I wish you the best of luck. Again, don't hesitate to get the help you need. And, you know, if need be, you know, find someone to talk to, whether it's a friend, a family member, or again, the whole professional help deal. And good luck. I genuinely mean that. But yeah, you guys, I totally derailed my outro. But that's okay. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to check out any other series I have on this channel, mainly Unknown Empire at this point. And feel free to join the Minchino clan on Discord. I'm probably going to delete my Instagram, to be honest. But that's fine. I'm not going to worry about that. I got Discord and I got Twitter, so definitely go check those out. And I'd love to see you there, actually. So, yeah. Until next time, you guys. Minny out.